and welcome to class tonight. We have really fun stuff. We have the skillet lime chicken fajita, which we'll be doing first with a fresh salsa verde, and then we're going to have a side of sautéed squash and corn, which is one of my favorite things to do. And then I'm going to make a Mexican dressing, homemade dressing, to go on a great salad. And then we have the stupidest, simplest dessert ever, which is just store-bought cookies. Okay, usually I'm known for really stupid desserts, right? I mean, I buy custard pies and throw them in shells and call it good. But it's even stupider simple tonight. So, thank you very much for coming. And we'll start the class. Okay. As you see, I have all my stuff out and ready to go. I'm going to do the salsa verde first. And this salsa verde is a fresh salsa verde. And the original recipe called for anchovies. So rather than anchovies, I'm using Worcestershire sauce because Worcestershire sauce has anchovies in it. And it's in the fridge. Yeah. But Worcestershire sauce is not vegetarian, FYI, because of the anchovies. So, having said all that, now you say, oh, now I hate Worcestershire sauce. I had no idea it had anchovies in it. My handy dandy food processor. Now, everyone has recipes tonight, right? Good. I'm going to use a cup of parsley. I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. Oh, this smells so good. As soon as I open up this little biodome that I created, the smell is just amazing. So this is basil and parsley. Put this in. Cover it back up. You guys just like the terrariums I made, don't you?
I love it.
Because I don't like to use plastic as much as possible. And then after that is 2 tablespoons capers. Do you know what capers are?
Yes.
What are capers? They're flower buds. They're pickled flower buds. They're called caper berries, but they're actually pickled flower buds. Ha! See? Learn something. Yeah, caper. I have no idea. I'm saying caper. I'm going to go with caper. What?
A caper flower?
Caper flower. Capering along the fields. Red wine vinegar. 1/3 cup of oil. This is the California olive oil. The thing about Italian olive oils is that they, if you've ever seen any of the documentaries on Italian olive oils, there's a good chance they're adulterated. They are captured, a lot of them, by political influences in Italy. So I get California olive oil because I know where that comes from. Okay? The same thing with the balsamics. And I mean, it's a huge business. So just letting you know. Isn't this cool? Okay, so this is, I know. So I bought this because sometimes I have to take my show on the road, and so I have this thing as a Breville. And it's an immersion blender, food processor, masher, grater, the shredder. It's just awesome. So I know, and you don't have to, you don't have to lug it. And it was like $129. So it's not that bad. And I've already felt like I've got my use out of it. And it's a Breville, so it's got a really good The first one I got actually was from Wolfgang Puck, and it lasted me forever, it feels like. Pretty cool, huh? What?
My food processor.
Yeah. See, now everyone's going to go home and dump their old food processor. There's going to be a run on eBay food processors.
What brand?
Breville.
Rebel.
Breville. Breville. Salt and pepper. This smells amazing. Ma'am?
Garlic.
Do I have garlic? Is it supposed to go in there? Yeah, thank you. I'm using roasted garlic because I want to. Okay, how many cloves? Two. All right, you can use whatever you want. I like the processed garlic. I like the one in the jar because it keeps longer and it doesn't grow little green sprouty things. And we've got flavors, and this was roasted, so I thought I'd try roasted. I hope you like it. If not, there's other things to eat. All right, that's lovely. Oh, yeah. So I can just use this. Smells awesome. And there's the Salsa Verde. This is freezable, by the way. So if you happen to have a bunch of basil and parsley and you want to preserve it, you can make a Salsa Verde. If you don't necessarily want to make a pesto or some other way to preserve your basil, you can make this beautiful Salsa Verde. It's gorgeous. Next up is the chicken. And see, it all comes apart really nicely for cleaning. All right. I'm going to make sure that you can see everything. All right, chicken. Skillet uno. Turn it up to medium. Pat the chicken, done it. Combine, okay, in skillet, okay. So all of this stuff goes in the skillet. So I've got the lime juice. Now what I've used is, because I'm using a ton, I'm using a lot of lime juice, so I went and purchased Nellie and Joe's, okay? Now you don't have to, you can just, you can just squeeze a bunch of limes, but I got this. I can use this for a whole bunch of things besides this particular recipe. So here, lime juice in the skillet, honey, what?
The name of the
Nellie and Joe's. It'll still be up here whenever you finish eating. This is the Nellie and Joe's. You can find down in the on the bakery aisle. I think it's on 6. Usually I don't cook honey, but I am tonight. It won't kill us. Half a cup of cilantro. Four cloves garlic. My super secret catering stash of spoons. 2, 4. Cayenne. Cayenne. Paprika. Smoked. This is smoked paprika. I'm using smoked paprika. The original recipe calls for chipotle, and I figured, knowing you guys like I do, you guys wouldn't be able to tolerate this chipotle, so I'm just using smoked paprika instead. And this is a poaching liquid. Worcestershire, just a dash of Worcestershire, tablespoon of Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Okay, we're doing a change up because this is what I had. This is instead of yellow mustard, I'm using because it was in the fridge. So it's El Diablo hot and spicy mango mustard, which I think is going to be, bless you, which is going to be lovely, I believe.
The smells are getting to me.
Are they getting to you? They're making you snoozes. Actually, it smells yummy, yummy, yummy. Garlic, cayenne, Worcestershire, smoke. Add the chicken. Bring it simmer. 5 minutes. Okay. Blah. Okay. Add the chicken. Now I did go downstairs, and I picked up some more chicken. So I've got some thighs. As well as the breasts. I'm going to put the breast in now. I'm just going to let this bubble away. This looks like this might be enough. Put this in the fridge. Okay. Now this recipe, you can actually, if you want to grill, if you want to do this on the grill, you can make this recipe, make the sauce, put it in a little container with the chicken, put it in the fridge, and just let it marinate, and just put it on the grill, you know. And then you can reduce the sauce. Brush on later. Okay, that smells amazing. So we'll let that go for a few minutes, and I'm going to make the sauté. Now I did make some change ups, and you guys got it right. So I used a smoked garlic in both the Salsa Verde and the chicken. I use this fun El Diablo spicy mustard. So when you make this at home and you make it to this recipe, if it doesn't taste like this, it's because you didn't do this. But if you don't have to do this if you don't want to, you know, you just do it your own way. It's like Frank Sinatra says. Salt and pepper. salt and pepper on the chicken. This is Amish chicken. And the mango is going to add a little sweetness to it without adding any sugar. So it's going to be nice, I think. Maybe a little jerk, like a little jerk chicken, right? Maybe? Not, I mean, I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. I don't mean that the chicken is a jerk. This is a Jamaican term, jerk chicken. The things I have to say, I swear. I just don't want to get misconstrued.
Scallions. When do you put the scallions in? You put everything else.
That's going to be on top whenever I go to plate. And I think I will actually get the oven on here. Make sure there's no G.I. Joes. No, okay. I told you the story, right, about the time that I went to cook for somebody and I turned on that because every time you guys know this, right? You know this, Judy. I go to this woman's house to start cooking, and first thing I always do is turn on I always get a big pot of water going for whatever pasta is going on, and I turn on the oven. And I did that this time. Went in her house immediately, turned on the oven, made a big pot of water. And within about 15 minutes, the most horrendous smell I have ever, I was like gagging. And I went, oh, what have I done? Oh my God. And I looked on the cooktop, which is where I usually look, and then I looked in the oven, and her little boy had used the oven as a fort. So all of these melted G.I. Joes were like limply hanging over the oven grill. Oh, yes. No, she didn't actually. He was really angry at me. Oh well, wah wah.
How did you get them off of the?
I didn't. She has 2 ovens, so I used the top one. He couldn't reach the top oven. So that wasn't a fort yet. Nah, she's a really cool hippie person. She was okay. He was all light and shiny and, oh, it's okay. It's all groovy. So, yay. Give me my steak. Okay. I'm heating this up. This is bubbling nicely. This is the corn and squash sauté. You guys will use this a lot in your lives. This is one of my favorite recipes. And during the summer when we have a whole bunch of fresh vegetables, I like to use this particular recipe. So I'm just kind of getting a jump on summer. It's letting us feel a little summery. And that will be fun. Like I said, this is a braising liquid and this is going... You smell it? Okay. Yes. The smell is the most fun about eating. So you can imagine how I felt whenever the G.I. Joes started in. Like, oh boy, it's going to be a great day. Red letter day. Of course not, but ever since then, I've looked. I don't care if they're 80-year-old people. They still might have Barbies or G.I. Joes. So I look. You just never know.
Dad's 88 and I cooked his fry pan handles.
See? Isn't that lovely? Because he kept them in there, right? He stored them in there.
I'm there all the time. He had never done that before. He just decided to start.
So you know the pain, don't you, Judy? There you go. I didn't buy my little rascal more G.I. Joes. He just had to live with melty ones. Okay. I'm simmering and flipping. in case you didn't notice. It's going to be really good. I don't have a cover. Okay, so this is what I'm using. When you're a cook, you have to MacGyver a lot of things. You know what MacGyvering is, right? It's like, okay, whatever. It's like the mustard. I didn't have ballpark mustard, so I had to make it up. Yeah. You guys are okay? Are you guys all okay with peppers, cooked and raw? Everybody? Sometimes raw. Do you? Do you? Okay, the red pepper went in first. Okay. Then in goes the corn and the squash. Yes, very pretty. The zucchini, this one is organic because the conventional one is genetically modified. So I use the organic zucchini. Because I don't want you guys to have flounder DNA in your food. No. That's nice. Okay, I'm going to put some salt and pepper in here. I didn't call for it, but I want to. Ma'am? Frozen? Right now, the frozen corn is fresher than the fresh corn. You know what I'm saying? Yum. Okay, now the next fun thing is the salad. And how are we doing on time? Are we okay? That's bubbling along happily. Everyone see that? Everyone can smell it? Okay, just checking. Plus it's good arm exercise. My most fun thing about cooking, a lot of you guys know this already, is just designing the menus. That's my most fun thing. I love putting together colors and flavors, and you know what? It's okay. You know how it tastes is okay, but just the thought of all of these elements together, that's what gets me all happy. So I work real hard to make sure that I get a lot of colors and a lot of different textures and flavors. I mean, besides, just think, you guys are paying for this. It's got to be. They're going, huh? I thought it was a free class. Yes, I'll send you the bill. Okay. I put a little water in it because I'm going to do something else for a little bit. I didn't want it to get weird, so I'm just going to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is make a chili dressing. And use this big bowl.
I didn't like the corn. What was it?
Oh, you don't like corn? I'm sorry, honey bunny.
I do, but my stomach doesn't.
Your stomach, you have. Okay, if you don't like, don't use it.
I eat it a little bit, but I mean, if
Just
I
don't use it.
kill it,
Don't put it
it's
in.
big.
Don't put it in. Just omit it.
I don't know if
Add more squash. Add more. Well, there is yellow squash. I'm sorry. This one is the yellow squash, the yellow one. No, I wasn't clear. I'm just teasing you.
I thought you had zucchini in there for some reason.
It is zucchini. This is zucchini. The green one is zucchini. I know it says yellow squash. I change up a lot. I always suggest people bring pens and pencils because I have never. And you did. Look at you. You already brought your pen. So that's good. Yes, this green thing, that's the zucchini. This yellow thing is the summer squash. And then we have the red peppers. Okay. So you just, whatever, you know, I just like these combinations, but you put whatever you want to in. It's just fine.
Where's the onions?
Is there onions? Was there supposed to be onions? No. You can put onions in there if you want. Onions are going into this next dish, however. And give these a flip. Okay. Yep. The thing, and you know, the thing about cooking that I really like is that you can screw it up, but it doesn't really matter. It's just food. Well, if it, you know, then you eat it. If you screwed it up, you eat it. I mean, it's not going to kill you. You just eat it. I'm going to eat it. It's kind of nasty, but no, as long as nobody dies. That's always my bottom line.
They might die.
It's like even the dog. Dogs, nothing dies. I'm going to turn stuff down here a little bit. Okay. Interesting. All right. I'm going to check the temperature here on the chicken, see where I am.
Do you use a thermometer at home to check the temperature of meats too?
I am a vegetarian, so it's not an issue. I don't check the temperature of my sweet potatoes, so I don't care. But this is just for you guys, so. What? I agree. Totally and completely I agree. These guys are done, so I'm going to move them over and just let stuff continue cooking. And the chicken will continue cooking as well while it just sits for a few minutes. Yeah. Works nice, doesn't it? This is going to reduce for just a minute. I am going to, no, not yet. In just a minute, I'm going to put some tortillas in the oven, let them heat up. This is reducing. I added the mustard too early. Oh well. That's okie doke. Okay. Now, this is the dressing, and several classes back. If you missed it, it's okay. Were you here, Jared? Did you do the whenever I made all those different seasonings? Were you here for that class? Okay. No, it's okay. I made a whole bunch of different seasonings, and this is one of them. This is a. No, I just did this. I made this for the stir fry. I had this Olé seasoning I made for the stir fry. And so I've got some Olé seasoning left, and I'm going to use it in this particular recipe for the Mexican dressing. This is an old-fashioned dressing. And I need olive oil. The first thing I'm going to do is go off the recipe just a minute and put the dry ingredients in the bowl first, and then I'm going to add olive oil and the acid. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the. I'm going to use this because I love it. This is the Olé seasoning. You can use salt, just regular salt. This is a seasoning salt, and the recipe I've included in your recipe pack. So downstairs in produce, we have all of these great dehydrated vegetables, herbs and spices. This is basil, this is thyme. They also have cilantro. They have this great salad herb blend, which I use a bunch as well, just for this kind of thing, just for making dressings. I'm going to move you off. You're making too much noise. You're reducing. A little bit of sugar. Sugar's already in this, so I'm not going to add any more sugar, actually. But I am going to add mustard. I'm going to use this mustard again because it's fun. And I always use mustard in my French dressings. And I always hand make my French dressing. Pepper. Okay.
Now, how come you don't use to make it in your food processor?
Because I've got a whisk. I don't make it in the food processor because I have a whisk. So this is the dry ingredients and the mustard. And so now what I'm going to do,
Substitute the dry mustard for liquid mustard, doesn't make a difference.
not a bit. Not one jot. How y'all doing over there? Everybody okay? 2/3 cup olive oil. Let me get my, okay. I'm gonna turn this way down. This is also how you make homemade mayonnaise, except not with these ingredients. Honest to goodness, it's just a drop at a time until you get like about a tablespoon in, and then you can add more. And you don't have to do this even if you don't want to. You can just put it in a jar, shake it all up, and call it good. What?
How much is a scrape of onion?
It's onion powder. Or it's just if you have an onion available, you just take a grater and just What?
Or a fourth or what of the onion powder? A scrape of an onion.
Ish. It's honest to goodness, it's just a shake. A shake of onion powder, or it's just a little bit of onion juice. It's just all it is. It's all you're trying to do is just get a little onion juice going. Turn that down. Move it to the side. If you start losing patience, just dump it all in. You don't do this with mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, you want to actually keep it going because you like it to be really thick and emulsified. Now, this is really nice the way it is. With this little Olay dressing. I'm going to go ahead and get some tortillas in. You know, you can carry this over a couple of days. You know, you can make the chicken on one day. You can actually use rotisserie chicken if you want to, and just make the sauce. You don't have to do the braise, you know. You can do there's all sorts of shortcuts here. Call me. We'll talk.
That might be the shortest cut.
We'll talk. Okay. I want to shred this chicken before I put it into the sauce. I think I just lost a zucchini, but that's okay. This looks really nice. Nice and thick. $7.15. Dressing. Now, what I'm going to do here is make a chili sauce. I want to make chili sauce because the chili sauces that are downstairs all have high fructose corn syrup in them. They'll have high fructose corn syrup. And I don't like high fructose corn syrup. So we're not going to use it. I'm going to make chili sauce. It's pretty simple. It's ketchup and chili powder. Ooh, mystery solved. Excuse me. Quarter cup ketchup. Is this paprika? Chili powder. You can use your own chili powder that you make yourself. We did a class a while back and we made our own chili powder. It was lovely. I thought anyway. Yum. Looks pretty yummy. Okay. That's good. All right. Now I'm going to shred this chicken. We have our squash. We have our salad dressing. We have our chicken ready to be shredded. All my elements are off. It's all going to come together right here, right now. Okay. So dressing. Chicken. Ooh, that smells good. And 2 forks. You know, I always do that. I always start with the forks and go straight to the fingers. It just, they always go shred it with 2 forks, and I get in there and go, So just,
Get it started.
yeah. Fingers are so much more effective. However, it's hot. Just saying. See, that's why they use the forks, because they go, and it's going to be hot. So if you decide you're going to go off the recipe and use your fingers, just make sure that the chicken is chill enough to do that with. Otherwise, you're going to be in a little bit of pain. But I love you guys so much. I'm willing to suffer. Oh, God. Yes.
As long as it doesn't melt your gloves.
Oh, no. No. These gloves they're BPA free. So it's all good. So we've got these wonderful chicken thighs and breasts in here. We've got lots of really nice, good fat. And then the texture of the chicken breast. And it's all nice and juicy. Wanda and Jackie aren't here. I miss them. Add the rest of the juice from the bowl. Move this side. It does. And Gilbert's not here. So it's all girls tonight. So I expect you guys to eat daintily, like girls, streamline. You know what would be really good in here is mushrooms, probably. I think mushrooms would be really nice. I'm going to put these in the oven. Let them warm up just a little bit. tomatoes. Go into the squash sauté. And that looks pretty good. You guys getting all this? I'm just going to drizzle some of this on top and then the dressing, and then I'll put some in a bowl and you guys can deal with it however you want to. I'm just going to pick it up just a little bit. That. They're going, oh my gosh, she's just putting it right on the countertop. Now, last thing. You guys hungry? A little, maybe? No, I know. Y'all all just came for the cookies.
Are they chocolate chip?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. You just no raisin.
They are. No, I know. No raisin cookies. Whenever kids, because we have like a cookie club downstairs, and so we always get tons of little trick-or-treat urchins coming up, putting their little hands all over my glass, and going, "So want the cookies now." And I say, okay, you have a choice. I've got chocolate chip, I've got broccoli, and I have spinach. They go, oh no.
My daughter probably takes spinach.
Really? The spinach cookie? Awesome. Okay, I'm going to dish here. You guys don't get mad. It's a sample, okay? It's not a food truck. You're not buying it. And I'm going to put a little bit of everything on everything, so you guys don't like it, pick it off. Okay? I forgot. I needed to add more stuff to this salad. Orange, green peppers, onions. That's pretty. How many of us are there? Some of you guys are just going to have to eat off the pan. I mean, I've got plates back there, but it's just not going to be as pretty. Sorry. Doesn't it? Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, okay, fine. We've got enough for everybody. And some. I've got, I'm sorry?
12 counting you.
I don't eat meat,
Oh, that's right.
but thank you very much.
There's salad and.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Ah, okay.
What did you got onions?
Scallions. Onions, green onions, yes, green onions. Isn't this pretty? I mean, my goodness.
It's beautiful.
It's just like a Van Gogh.
So colorful.
I know. A little more cilantro, just a little, not much. You guys can pick it up as you go. Very pretty. Salsa Verde. And I'm just gonna give everybody just a little dollop on the side and a little, oh God, this smells really good. You guys are gonna be crazy happy. You're gonna say, oh my gosh, I would have paid for this. It's so much better than Taco Bell. Gosh, it's really pretty too.